Alright, everyone. It would appear that today I am going to be the only one commentating this tournament, but I'm perfectly cool with that. So yeah, third Art of Fighting tournament of, well, at least my Discord server, fourth overall, considering we had Poverty Fiasco, and just normally I would be participating in a tournament as well, playing with everyone else, but I'm taking a break from playing fighting games just to mentally refresh myself, and it's paying off in the end. Fortunately, I still need to work on the wiki, but that will come in due time. I've made some slight adjustments that will help significantly modernize the actual look of the tournament, and yeah, it would appear I am going to be the only one. Maybe Terrell will jump in, and yeah, we'll get this tournament started. But first, let's go over the rules. First off, Weiler is banned, no exceptions. Put simply, his jab is broken, and even if we were to remove his jab, which pretty much no one can counter except extremely specific situations, he has very stupid specials, and in general, the only real counter to Weiler is Weiler himself. All sets. Hello, Terrell.
Hi. Sorry, was helping a few people. Oh, fight K2.
And no worries, no worries. So, format, all sets are going to be best of three. No first, not, no wait, best of three. No, I gotta change that. It's best of five. I am, okay, so format is best of five. So, you have, am I saying this right? You have to win three games in order to win best of five. Yes, I'm saying that right. I need to change that. I can't believe I made that error. But so you have to win three matches every set, no exceptions because this game gets very fast. Otherwise, um, it's pretty standard rules. No win switching, um, and double elimination. Otherwise, standard tournament rules that you can expect in any other fighting game. And so this should be a pretty fun bracket.
Well, any fighting game except dive kick.
True, true. Except Dive Kick, which is its own beast. Alright, so we got 9 people in the bracket. I think now would be a good time to just shuffle participants, shuffle seeds. We had like 8 people starting out, then it dropped it down 6 for whatever reason, but then it surprisingly jumped all the way back up to 9, so that's pretty nice to see. And so uh, we will get the tournament started, process check-in results, start the tournament, and so, all right, down 1 again, so we're at 8. Okay, so first set will be Vibe Checker EX versus Gabright. So how have you been, Taro?
Good. Just finished my turn. It's a while ago.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It's King of Fighters 99 Anniversary Edition, and what was the other one?
Real Battle Fatal Fury 2.
Right. It's real about.
Yeah.
I'm sure those both must have been pretty fun games to play after Christmas. Well, Christmas for
Well,
us, but I know.
Honestly, I'm not. Honestly, those games are fun to play. I'm not saying no. It's just there is a game that I am looking forward to see how it's gonna run, mostly because no one's heard of it. So, and I don't think anyone has done a tournament on it yet. So, there's that.
I'm looking forward to it then.
Mighty Warriors, basically.
Okay, that sounds very unfamiliar.
That's because it is. There are very few information out there. Mm. Yeah.
So, for whatever
All
reason, Vibe Checker isn't around.
Okay, just do the matches that people are in for. See the lobbies. See who's in. I'm entering the lobby right now.
Yeah, no worries. So Vibe Checker, I don't know where he is. I'll give him a moment to show up. So in the meantime,
delay his matches as much as you can.
yeah.
That's about it.
So we'll do Kira versus Elcorn instead.
Oh, Vibe Checker is playing with Gebright.
Oh, never mind, never mind. Okay, good to know. Right as I was about to do a different set instead.
I mean, you could do a different set. They are in a different game.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so Vibe Checker playing Kasumi and doing exceptionally well. Doing the Kasumi juggles that we know Kasumi most for. Interesting 4C parry, but it didn't really affect Rio any because Kasumi just went right past him. Alright.
Kasumi has a big hitbox on her nose, so there's that. I wouldn't say big. I would say moderate.
Everyone else has big hitboxes aside from Wong, but Kasumi, she's moderate, but the thing is, she's still, for whatever reason, she can duck and like low profile a lot of moves in this game. Her hitbox, everyone's hitbox is really weird to be honest, but Kasumi's is particularly baffling.
I think Art of Fighting was made at a time where it did some good things, but it did some really jank-ass stuff, so Art of Fighting does feel janky. But it was part of the jank that people liked.
Yeah, it's a janky game, but it's janky, but like there's a lot jankier out there, and to be honest, you get used to the jankiness. And
well, yeah, there are plenty of janky games from that era, to be honest. And a lot of games we don't know about, but I think, yeah, Art of Fighting was one of those games where it's an adventure to find out how it works. The entire game. I used to tinker around with Art of Fighting when I was a kid. So.
yeah, it's the first two games. It's those two are very janky. And Art of Fighting 2 has a player base, but I don't really see them too active, which is a shame because Art of Fighting 2 is pretty unique, and Art of Fighting 3 is like, for whatever reason, they just went a completely different direction, but it pays off into this rather unique gem of a game.
I think, I see it like this. I see Art of Fighting doing stuff before SNK got the really good titles out. I am guessing this came out before Killer. I'm guessing.
It came out before KOF 96, I believe, which 96 is when they started to like really narrow down the kind of game they wanted KOF to be. But it wasn't until 97 and 98 that they like really started taking off with it. 96 was just a groundwork for the KOF series, so it was still, yeah, you were right. It's still an experimental time for SNK.
I think they found certain things in our Fighting 3 that they might have added in the later KOF, or at least evolve into what's KOF. I guess KOF 98 would be the best example of evolving a
Yeah,
good 2D fighting game. Something like that. Like 98 is like beloved. 98, 2000, 2002. Those games are beloved by many.
precisely. Yeah.
Especially especially the versions of those games.
It's, exactly. It's 97 is a really fun game, but it's still a very broken, janky mess. Albeit I like it being a broken, janky mess, so it wasn't really till 98 where they fully polished it and it managed. Well, all pretty much all KOF games hold up still to this day, but 98 is the shining example for a reason.
Did they finish their matches or?
Yeah, they finished their matches. It's now Kira versus El Kors. Um,
I'll ping them. Not a problem. Alright, let's see. Kira versus El Taurus. Oh yeah, you did it. Alright. Then again, you're faster than this than me. Oh man.
and no worries. It's
Gabriel is asking to. Actually, he says, "Let's push me to commentary."
um, I guess, yeah.
Basically, that's what he wants.
All right, so
I do want something that's probably never gonna happen, but I want a few old Capcom, maybe SNK or Neo Geo titles to be remade.
yeah, that would
You know, have a remake of them. I think they could do a pretty well job of it. You know, Art of Fighting then is different from what they can do with Art of Fighting now.
correct. All right, so we got Wong and Rody. For once, we finally have another Wong player besides me. Well, not that I main him, but
Rody Burtz was one of the fastest characters in the game, right?
yeah, Rody versus like you just charge in with him. You just do really dumb pressure because he has a constant 50-50 off of his 6B or his 1B, which is a mid and a low respectively. Since 6B hits overhead, it also launches, whereas 1B hits low and it knocks down. So,
And
granted, that's not.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's granted that's not the only thing Rody has. He has a lot of really funky stuff, just very easy juggles, good pressure, just very like he not good at zoning. Unfortunately, in some situations he has to zone, but otherwise it's very easy for him to just charge in, do his thing. And although I think El Kors is a new player, so he's being a little more respectful with Rody than he should be, in my opinion. But
well, the thing is, not all of us are gonna be very familiar with the game. Some of
yeah,
us
that's
just
true.
just come in to
Yeah,
compete in a tournament and have fun.
yeah,
Like I'm one of them. I'm one of the people that doesn't understand the game, but I do see it as either a Neo Geo or an SNK game stepper. Which to me they're very similar, but then again, what do I know?
and still for someone new to this game, El Kors is doing decently with Rody. You know, he won the first match, so yeah, that does show he knows something about Rody. Took advantage of his C version of his projectile.
I don't know. Jin Fuka seems like he might be one of those great characters. Like I don't know grappler, but I'm not sure if he is.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no like real true grappler in this game. I mean, there's Carmen, but yeah, there's not like a
Yeah,
pure
but
grappler.
Carmen doesn't exactly look like a grappler, nor do his movesets act like a grappler.
Well, a super is a command grab.
Maybe, but is usually if he's other moves like his special moves aren't. Usually,
Yeah,
I see like grappler. For me, a full-on grappler, he has to have like options. Like special options need to be command grabs, and the super needs to be like a command grab as well. See, for me, that's massive grab, and have a
yeah,
360 move, you know.
right. I mean, no one in this game is like a pure 100% grappler anyway, so
So they're hybrids. All right.
yeah, pretty much this game is full of hybrid characters in a sense.
At least we have a full-on shows like Rio and Robert.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much, they're not really hybrids, they're like strictly Shoto characters, but they're still both pretty strong characters.
They have more options to them than in other other games. So
Right,
I guess that's it. Because Neo Geo and SNK have more options.
right.
So, that's one of the reasons why I like our fighting is that you have plenty of tools to make every character your own character.
Right. So, one thing I've noticed about Elcor's Rhodey is that he's going for a lot of Rhodey quote-unquote command grabs, or more like Rhodey parries. It's a very weird move where Rhodey throws a stick in the air, and when it lands, the opponent is distracted, so the animation is that Rhodey distracts the opponent to get a free hit on him. But it's a very funky move to land because the thing is you can't interrupt an opponent's attack with it, and they
Is it unblockable?
It's if I remember correctly, yes, it's unblockable. But the thing is that the opponent essentially has to be doing nothing for it to work because just using it like mid-screen or while the opponent's already in the middle of something, it won't work. Like they have to be standing on the ground, and it's more of a gotcha move because you use it to catch the opponent off guard when they expect you to do something else. But if they're doing something or they're jumping, then it just goes right through Rhodey's attack, and he just stands there defenseless. So it is useful, but it can be risky if you don't know what your opponent's doing. Albeit, the reward is good.
I mean, whatever, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I do think Jin, if Jin is not a full-on grappler, I think he is a heavy.
Yeah, Jin's more just a hard hitter. He's yeah, more. I wouldn't necessarily say a turtle, but yeah, he's a heavy hard hitter, and yeah, more of a juggle character. Unfortunately, we have our other uh, we have our other Jin player now, Kira, and so now Polar Bear isn't the only Jin player, but so it's
Yeah.
nice to see more people having more character variety across the player base. So
All
next,
right. Let's see. Is Chitin here? Chitin is here. Anniversary is here, so that means you can do that match.
alrighty. So Chitin 69, no, Chitin 619. I'm an idiot. Versus Sonar Veozer first to three as usual.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pretty good. They're in.
Yeah, right. Alright, we got Titan playing Robert. I know he plays Kasumi, but alright, playing Robert. Yes, respectable. Very combo heavy character. Simple juggles. And Son of Ryo's are playing Wong. Not Ryo this time, so now we got 3 Wong players. Alright. So, Titan going for a very poke heavy approach with Robert. Son of Ryo's are playing pretty. I hate to see it, but Wong landed his unblockable Rambu Super, which I think Titan forgot is supposed to be unblockable.
Well, to be honest, I usually forget that that this game has unblockable supers.
Yeah, it's not everyone has.
It's kind of weird if you think about it. 2D fighters have barely few fighters that have unblockable supers.
Right.
So, I guess it's one of the things that art fighting is unique in that aspect. Unique.
Yeah.
Rare.
So, alright, nice, decent juggle combo from Wong, half health, and already Robert's near dead. He can bring it back if he does unblockable setup. One thing that people don't tend to forget about this game, well, Titan's new, so I don't blame him. He doesn't know, but you can set up unblockable setups with your super if you're knocked down. You just have to time it right so that he essentially hits the opponent right when they wake up so that they have no choice but to be hit by it.
It's kind of weird how different this game is from one another.
Yeah, it's
I don't know, like Art of Fighting 1 and 2, like those games were really slow.
Yeah, they're definitely very slow games, and to be honest, this game is also slow if you're new to it, but once you get to when you get to the gist of it, this is a very fast game.
If you're new to it, yes. If you're not, if you have played a few horror fighting games, and especially the previous horror fighting games, this game is faster. Way faster than the previous ones.
It's, I mean, I prefer it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the slow approach of the older art of fighting games. I just prefer how this game approaches the way juggles work. It doesn't feel like a one strategy works on all type of game. Well, Art of Fighting 2 isn't that way, but Art of Fighting 1 is, you can pretty much...
Art of Fighting 1 is the Matrix, basically, in comparison.
Yeah. Art of Fighting 1 is like, you can pick Mr. Karate, and there's not really a... Like, Mr. Karate, assuming he's tournament legal, if someone, assuming he's tournament legal, he pretty much replaces Ryo to the point that Ryo is more or less just a different choice. Alright, so Kaiten won that round. Getting the gist of Kasumi, and in this matchup, there's not really a whole lot Wong can do. He more or less just has to catch Kasumi. He has to catch Kasumi trying to make mistakes. Because the thing is, Kasumi is more or less she can just shut out Wong for having poor range, and really the most Wong can hopefully do is deplete Kasumi's spirit, because that would effectively keep Kasumi from using her Kasaneyate, which is the strongest special move in the game. But even then, Kasumi has faster moves than Wong, except for like maybe Wong's 4A, and Kasumi overall just has higher damage than Wong since she has more reliable jumbos. Granted, Wong does have the unblockable Rambu, but I feel like Kasumi would be able to counter even that easily. Again, from just using Sanayate or even Choke Sanayate. And that is a robbery. Wong still wins despite being oof.
Is it a robbery?
I mean, I think Kasumi could have killed from out range with what exactly, I'm not sure, considering they're both just taunting each other at that point, but Kasumi could have also tried charging through Spirit, and I don't know, that probably would have been a better choice, but maybe that's just me. Ooh, you hate to see it. Hit by the Mapu. Also, I tend to forget mentioning this in my commentary for this game, but Wong, I don't think he has very good short hop tools at all. Maybe short hop B, but otherwise his short hops are more or less kind of ineffective compared to just his normal jumps. Whereas Kasumi, she has a ton of pressure off of her short hops because her jump B is pretty much like the quintessential combo starter. Her jump A is also very good since it has multi-hit properties and is good for anti-airing. Well, not anti-airing, but like air tearing and
You might wanna edit the scores.
oh, okay. I don't know why no one's submitting our scores, but
No, usually it's due to the TO to edit the scores. If other people can do the scores, fine. But
I mean, people have submitted their scores before, but it's whatever.
besides, you have new people that don't know what they need to do.
It's whatever. All right, so next is Yu Tarao versus Lord Tiki.
Yeah. Let's get my ass whooped then.
So yeah, I'm
I'll do
glad
it
to
for three.
see the new players coming to this tournament, just interested in art of fighting in general. It's I
I mean,
remember,
that's good. I mean,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah,
As
yeah.
long as the Discord grows.
I will need to work on the Discord, but
That's more. That's most likely. It's mostly activity. Things of
yeah,
that nature. Oh, Carmen, huh? Alright.
yeah. Lord Tiki is easily our best Carmen player in the community. Very nice block from Rio. Carmen whiffs his rising kick, and Lord Tiki actually struggling to get in a little, surprisingly. Um, now he's sitting on, alright, pretty even. It's completely lifted crouching B from Carmen. Which, to be fair, Carmen's crouching B is bad regardless because of the massive startup it has, but usually the range is pretty good for a crouching move. I'm surprised it whiffed. Full taunts from Carmen, Rio down to half spirit. Probably not going to affect Rio much. Right, Lord Tiki playing more patiently, making sure that he anticipates Rio's pressure and parry. Alright. Whiffed, rising kick again. And he takes it with a jumping punch. So, not bad. Carmen, adjusting his suit like a professional businessman he is, because he ain't here to fight like a dirty boy. He's here to fight like a professional. Gotta tidy up that tucks for every time he jabs Rio, because he knows every time he punches Rio, that blood would just stain his tongues. We can't have that here. It's still pretty even. Rio. Fortunately, just one more hit and Carmen wins. Yeah, I agree with Rio here, just playing the keep away game. Could have potentially done unblockable super there, and it would have hit Carmen. Simple jab juggle. Still not a huge life lead though. And there we go. Taunt into pursuit. Wait. Shutting down Rio's approaches. Nice. Failed counter. Right. So still pretty even. Carmen chopping Rio in the corner, but I don't see the sign. Yep. Now Carmen's in the corner. Nice mix up. Carmen just keeping Rio pinned to the ground, not letting Rio move around. And DP, well not a DP, quarter circle forward, but rising kick off of wake up. Classic scummy move. But Rio's not giving up. He's now developing his Son of Toyota tactics and wall jumping. He's going to take this fight single-handedly however he needs to. Huge life lead for Rio now. Just needs one more hit. Ooh.
Well, I tried my best.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I mean, I take the game fairly seriously, but like, we're all here to have fun. You know, it's just a tournament at the end of the day.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll move on to the next set, which would be, we'll do winners and then we'll proceed to losers. Since it's only an 8-man bracket anyways, so vibe checker.
Was it 9? Wasn't it 9 though?
Mug was registered, but for some reason she unregistered like very last minute. And to be honest,
maybe she thought, maybe she saw that she needs to do something last minute.
it's possible she's also having Fightcade issues because she had Fightcade issues last Art of Fighting tournament, like her hard drive corrupted or something.
Could be.
And yeah, it's probably Mug just has some sort of computer issue again. And I wouldn't.
It might not be even that. She might have some family issues she needs to take care of, you know?
Yeah. I mean, whatever it is, it's unfortunate, but stuff happens. So, Vibe Checker versus L Courses first to 3.
I'll do that.
And Owens. So while I'm here, Hoping everyone had a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate, however you celebrate. This year sucked, but we're only 1 week away till 2021. And usually I'm a pessimist, but I'm looking forward to 2021 being a better year. And I'm just wishing that all of you guys, whoever you are watching, that you all have a happy holiday, and a happy new year, and that moving forward, things will be better for you all. It's now really the time to bloom, in my opinion. We've had enough blooming. 2021 is probably going to start off bad, but I think every year starts bad. So let's try and make this just more, I don't want to say positive. I don't want to force positivity, but like, at the very least, try and do whatever you can to make it just like happier end of the year for you all. 35 checker takes that one with a nicely timed Kasami answer. It's Rio juggle. Nice jab from Kasumi, 5 AB, which essentially is just, oh, you're flinching, I'm going to punch you. Because Kasumi, for whatever reason, is such stupidly fast moves like that. Alright, nice combo from Kasumi. Quarter circle back into, I don't know what the name of that is, I forgot, but quarter circle back into launcher, and if Rio had more health, that would have been an actual double combo. But nice. Alright, switch to Rody. Rody has a worse matchup with Kasumi than Rio does, but I don't think it's that much worse since Rody can still put in a pressure game. The only thing I would say versus Kasumi is, with Rody being so close, usually Kasumi has a much easier chance of pressuring with Saniate or Curse with the back to just combo Rody. But still, yeah, I wouldn't call it a terrible matchup, just it is in Kasumi's favor. Probably a 6-4. Right. Nice juggle from Rody. Launcher into 6B. Alright, nice 5AB from Kasumi. Knows exactly what to pressure with that move. It's a very effective move. Rody is a nice juggle, nicely timed juggle. And approached Kasumi at the wrong time. We probably could have gone by using projectiles, which, yeah, they aren't very good projectiles, but from very far screen, they can be pretty decent moves to just like knowledge check other players, since Rody's projectile, if you guys don't know, his projectile has an extended hitbox at the end of the move, so it's a lot more active than it appears. So you might go block, but then you get hit by it regardless, because for whatever reason they give it extended active hitbox. So from far away, it's a decent pressure tool just to like catch people off guard who forget that it has the active hitbox. There we go. We see Rody's parry counter. It's a weird move. It's just this weird unblockable move, but we finally got to see it. And oh, there we go. Kasumi was waiting for the ideal moment, but finally landed a choke Saniate. is unblockable again. He's starting to get how Rody works in general with quick pressure gain. Kasumi's also putting down pressure. Alright, nice sick dashing B. Chip pressure. Kasumi's got such a huge life lead, and Rody would need to get it. At that point, Rody would have needed at least 2 juggles to finish off Kasumi. But regardless, Kasumi won that one. So, alright. That was 3-0, right? Alright, so now, next winner set will be Sonar Veoza versus Lord Tiki. First to 3, as always. So yeah, GG's L-Cores and GG's 5-checker. Oh, and I never explained this at the beginning of the stream, but the weird Japanese audio you were listening to and the jazzy soundtrack was actually the Art of Fighting 3 arranged soundtrack, which you guys really should give a listen to because it's underrated as hell. Yeah. We'll post a link to it. Right. Just simple poking from copy here. That's the video URL for the artifact rearranged OST, so I haven't seen a matchup until this point. Here's one. Okay. Nice keep out. This matchup is Carmen has the advantage in that his moves are longer, have more range than Wang's moves. But otherwise, they seem more or less the same. No, I would say Carmen has the advantage because he has more consistent juggles, whereas Wang is more just I'm going to annoy you as much as I possibly can type of character. Nice grab from Carmen. And alright, I'm suspecting the Rambu's gonna come in now. They don't have enough spirit. So nicely timed foray. Wang's foray is just, if any of you guys have ever played Tekken 5, you all know that thing is an 8 frame back one. That's more or less what Wang's foray is, just annoying that poke that Krona pretty much has no choice but to respect because you can just annoy the hell out of everything and just keep on running. I saw the Rambu. He was trying to attempt Rambu, but unfortunately Carmen caught him just in time as the startup took place. You hate to see it, but...
Well, it depends who you ask. Not all people would hate to see it.
I probably just get in the habit of saying you hate to see it more because I'm streaming now. Not that I actually mean it, it's just a habit I have.
I love the kick. I love the diagonal kick. The downward kick.
It's a very effective hit and run tool that Rio has.
Yeah, but like everything in a fighting game, if you use it too much, you get predictable.
Yeah, it is punishable, as you saw right there. Rio had a huge life lead, but then Carmen did one double, brought him nearly all the way down. And it's still a very effective tool, though. It's just, you just have to be careful.
Just don't overuse it. It's a good get out of jail card, basically.
Pretty
Get out of
much. Yeah.
pressure. Because that only works if you're in on the like the limit of the screen.
Right. Only at the
That's how it works.
rules.
If you're not, like, you have to jump twice, and you
If
get
yeah,
red that way. And
if
punished.
Sonar had just gone for another fireball at that last round, he would have been able to take it and it would have been a match. Or even one DP. It's the fact that he went for another jump kick that more or less just put him in range for Carmen to punish him for it.
Eh, to be fair, the fireball against Carmen doesn't work.
Okay,
It works.
I don't know how that happened, but Carmen just like jumped over Rio's Zanret's can hit him with his jump A, which is lower range than his jump B. Even though Ryo Sakazaki's Zanret's can vacuums and has probably really disgusting priority, I guess he just timed it well, you can counter it with jump ins, but the timing is so strict that the only real reason I can think of how it worked is that Lord Tiki just perfectly timed when to punish it with jump in. And can't really blame him, he gave him the match, so. Nice backdash. He read that like a book. That single out of hops, though. Nicely timed. Carmen tech spot dodge didn't work because Rio's is not right. It's just stupid long.
I wouldn't say stupid long. I think we're used to a certain timing, so we say it's long.
It's probably the longest special move in the game besides one. It's just I don't know what it is that they decided to make it last as long as it does, but it really does just catch you off guard, even when you know that it lasts a while.
Oh,
Alright,
I mean, you have games where you don't even have a cooldown for some moves.
that's true. A basic, simple double combo for Rio, double fireball. Where Tiki has a huge uphill. Is he gonna unblockable super? Nope. Ow. He tried, like, Carmen's unblockable Rambu, unblockable command grab super. Unfortunately, even though it does push him forward, it has limited range, as I've been learning. And if he did it off of Wake Up, it would have landed, but yeah. This game effing sucks. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, your opinion. Alright, so Carmen taking the lead. He's nicely timed rising kick. And so where Tiki takes it. 3-1.
Carmen looks. I know he's not like it, but Carmen looks like a mobster.
Yeah, I mean, he does replace, well, not replace, well, he's more or less like the fill-in for Geese in this game, which Geese is a mobster. So in that sense, he probably. I need to look up the lore. I'm pretty sure he is a mobster, actually. So,
Are we doing losers round one?
uh, yeah, may as well. So yeah, let's just get out of the way. So Gabriel versus Kira now.
Should be fun.
I'm sure it'll be pretty fun. It's we got I forget who Kira plays. It's Brody, I think. No, it's Wong. It's Wong and Jin, I believe.
We'll find out.
Right, spectate. Now we're in the set. So yeah, I was right about Kira playing Jin. Nice hand play. Somehow with the pursuit, I don't know. That should have hit from that range, but oh well. Right. Jin going with simple but effective jungles, and Rio going for the aggressive poke game. Lagging a bit. Probably just the distance both players have, and it's not unplayable, at least to play. It's nicely timed. On let's get right as Jin.
I mean, the rollback won't is not perfect. So.
Yeah, well, no, it's not perfect.
The rollback was never perfect. It's just as closest to perfect as it can be. So
right.
You gotta have at least a good connection, man.
3 times Jin jumps, dashes into Rio's on red to Kid, which leads me to believe it's not intentional. There might be some rollback issues. And Jin gets his super in, wins the match.
From what I can see, there is rollback.
Yeah, so the game is stuttering quite a bit, and I think they are unfortunately suffering from some rollback issues.
Someone is probably having some instability issues. Probably.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that at least, yeah, let's be real, these choices are probably not intentional rollback as far as screwing. It's hard to commentate a set when rollback is messing with it because it's hard to tell, what's intentional and what's rollback being rollback. But yeah, we're able.
Yeah, it's noticeable.
Nicely timed helicopter kick. Not kick, helicopter spin for Jin. If he had done his super there, he would have won, but he takes the round regardless. But yeah, if he did a super, then he would have gotten an ultimate KO and he would have won the match. To be fair, we haven't had connection issues all tournament, I assume, so it could just be an issue between these two players specifically. But you are right, Sky 10 is wired is infinitely better.
Well, Titan, the thing is, a wired is the best thing that you should do, but unfortunately not everyone in the world has the option. Like, I wish everyone could do wired. I really do. It would be a better place.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But unfortunately, I've seen people tell me, the router from my PC from the router from my PC is really loud, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm using not a mobile, but something that he can't plug in or whatever.
Right.
It's quite normal for people not to be able to use that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the case, but
It is what it is. Alright, so Deborah takes that round. Jen going with base simple juggles. Silence again.
I mean, juggle is the name of the game if you think about it.
But yeah, that's pretty much the whole game. So big meaty juggles. Kira going for jumping elbow attacks. Jin, huge life lead. Deborah, unblockable setup, my man. Going unblockable.
The 50 punches is nice to watch, but unfortunately it doesn't do a lot of damage when it comes to the health.
I mean, it goes like close to a third of your health, but the thing is, it has so much priority that sure, it doesn't deal all that much damage.
Not easy to do. Like you have the back forward punch, and you need to have a certain amount of what was it, power bar?
Spirit.
Something like that.
I mean, yeah, it is spirit. Costly, like 33%, but still worthwhile because, like I say, the priority on the actual move itself is so high that it can cut through quite a lot of, like, not even quite a lot, like almost all of everyone else's attacks in this game.
Alright. That's GG's, I'm guessing.
Yep, it's Kira won that one 3-0. So
it's gonna be me versus Kyton. Time to get my ass whooped.
Yes, it's Thundaria tournament organizer versus Thundaria moderator. It's going to be the Battle of Thundaria.
Yeah, bro. Just waiting for you to announce it so I can. Wala, catch siguro. Ne, feature go iya Kirikam feature. Kirikam features a Nick over man, catch siguro. Does some Kirikam? Sakam the cars. Alright, time to get my ass whooped.
Spectate. And now we are in the set. Alright, top God tier versus top tier. This would be an interesting match, my boys. Point blank fireball, but it works. Rio, not just Rio, but Kamiya being based. Alright. Bunch of jumping attacks. It's Kasumi and nice time fireball. Anti-air Kasumi so well. That was nice. Alright, Rio jumping in. Based as always. He's not going to take this pressure from the little girl. Kasumi's going to Kasaneate. She's taunting because she knows she's better than Rio. Air to air. Not necessarily a cross up, but jump over into low jab counter. Taunting, nice taunting game. Kasumi's not taking any survivors. She's got to make sure they're completely demotivated to the point. Then you have fireballs, you have damn fireballs at that point. Still pretty even. Each player has one run around, even amount of health. Nice concept jump lead for Sumi. Any tech could take it. They both just need one more hit. For great food. And the perfectly timed dash beat, which is actually a better anti-air than I initially thought. Sumi telling Rio, come back when you grow up. She's not taking any survivors. She's savage. Four-beat kick because I ain't eating no fireballs in this house. Alright, nice launcher that doesn't follow up. And Rio. It looks, I will say this, there are things with some special moves, even if your spear is completely drained and you use them, despite the fact that they do become booted. Rio's Hien Shifu Kaku, like you saw right there, is a lunging kick. Despite the fact that its range is significantly reduced, if you do land it from even 0 spirit, it will still fully connect, because the hitbox doesn't change, it just changes the range of the actual hit itself. Double anti-air. This is looking pretty intense. Rio's gonna take it. Ooh, he lifts the standing B, but doesn't take survivors. Samiate. That's the one move that no Zanletsu can possibly counter is Kasumi's crouching B, as it just completely overpowers the entire whoever these fighters are, they aren't going to hesitate to go back to Numbos, wherever that place is. I highly doubt there's a city in Mexico called Numbos. So it must be a popular tourist site, because if they're after blood, if they want to be able to make it to Numbos 128 miles from now, or is it 128 feet? Wherever they're going, I sure hope they aren't going to Adels, which seems like it would take even further to reach. Here it is. We're at Numbos, which is at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. And this guy, we got the gas station attendant constantly checking out on these fighters, making sure no one dies, but then he just goes back in and gets scared. Alright, Joe's side. Kaitan's taking it pretty well. Kamion still knows when to time those jumping moves. Knows precisely when to poke Rio. Nice, decent juggle. I didn't think that would hit, but I've been proven wrong. Before we time Hien Shifu Kaku, but just a couple more frames so that come out. That was a nice time again. Overhead into blow. Simple but effective. Nice hop. That's what we should. That's what I want to see more of, more hops, because hops are effective in this game. And there we go. Nice 10 Hien Shifu Kaku. Which doesn't look like it, but Hien Shifu Kaku actually can hit from full screen, because it pretty much travels the entire distance.
You need a good portion of your health bar in order to do that.
It's only 25%, so it would be more special moves. So Kaitan going the long route, so that makes 4 1 players now. I'm pretty sure, unless there's a fourth 1 player that I'm imagining in my head, but I think we have 4 1 players now. Doing what he more or less should be doing with one, just aggressively poke, be annoying, because that's more or less one's entire plan. While that sounds like it's ineffective in the long run, he's still a pretty good character. Leaks better than Sinclair, that's for sure. Cross up JP. Although this is also the one thing that Wong is terrible at, is his range, because if you played a runaway game against him, assuming he doesn't have some way to approach, his ranged options are pretty miserable. He can more or less anti-air you with his quarter circle forward attack, where he jumps into the air, but that requires some timing, albeit it's goes back to Kasumi. Alright. Perfect. I think Titan's starting to get a little tensed. Yeah. Alright, decent juggle, Probably. I think. Nah, crouching wouldn't work. No. I think Titan just needs to be a little more patient in general. That also works as taunt to make sure we can't use that at all. And, getting tense. And perfectly timed sign up and chip Rio's foot, and so Titan takes it. So, assuming going for the low profile, low key launchers. With dashing B, but still manages to poke Rio out of the data. And yeah, that's the thing. Kind of starting to find a play with motivation here. So Rio's struggling a little, just right as I was about to say very tense, Kasumi pulls him through with 6A. Or no, it's 3A. Yeah, 3A.
Oh, I'm glad how that match went. Most definitely.
Fun games. So it was very close. Each match was very close. And again, this is more or less what the whole game is. It's a lot of comeback potential, surprisingly enough.
Thing is, at the beginning, I was rushing it.
Yeah, that's possible.
I had to.
True.
I mean, in every game, you brush things. So.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well,
I mean,
thanks for the games. I'll have to do something, so I'll probably see you. Hope your tournament goes well as far as
yeah.
See ya. Bye bye.
Yeah, see ya, Toronto. All right, so Sanoverioza versus Kira next, and yeah, you get into the heat of the moment. You tend to rush things, and it happens in every fighting game. So it is what it is. We all have those moments. All right, there we go. I was about to say, I don't know where they at, but no need for that. So we're gonna get Jin versus Long versus Rio. Yeah, Rio. Wong's gonna send the Bears are gonna do the shebang, playing the wall game, and Wong could counter this with his first or goal forward attack, or just make decently timed. Although Cineroser seems to be, he wants to make sure Wong has no way of approaching. Actually, this matchup's kind of miserable for Wong. Assuming Rio plays a runaway game, since Wong has like any other character playing the runaway game might not be as bad, but Rio playing runaway against Wong is so low that Wong can actually use to prevent Rio from playing runaway games. Half-Life, well, not exactly Half-Life, 48%. Still able to catch Rio with a one juggle, so that's good to see. Nice health sweep. Just needs one more poke. Just one more mix up. So who's entering coins? I don't know if that causes any glitches in this game, because I know entering coins in like Last Wave 2 and some other Neo Geo games causes problems, but this game, I don't know if entering coins is actually bad. Maybe not, considering this is a 1996 title, so we can really see on that if possible. Nice juggles from Wong again. Nice launcher, simple juggle, but it works, and it gets the kill. I thought it wouldn't kill, but attacks always deal more damage in this game than actually expected to. That's kind of the beauty of it. It feels like this game is always just a mixed bag of unpredictable everything. And it's funny, but funny in a good way. Alright, simple juggle. Simple. But still Half-Life. If Cineroser didn't do the 6 BB and just 6 B, then that would launch one. He'd be able to do even more damage that way. Ooh, now Rabu. He just needs one poke. One poke and there you go. So Brody just playing the zoning game against Wong. Wong a little timid to approach. He should approach. I mean, Brody's projectiles, as long as you just knock them, then Wong has enough room to approach. So Brody just playing the zoning game against Wong. Wong a little timid to approach. He should approach. I mean, Brody's projectiles, as long as you just knock them, then Wong has enough room to approach, so it's not completely hopeless if Brody zones against him. It's honestly temporary at best. And yeah, that's really all you need. Just a tiny bit of patience, you can approach, get standing projectile, and right, 2-0. Yeah, Cineroser not playing quite as aggressively against Wong as he could be with Brody, but now it's double Wong. Alright, so the Art of Fighting 3 Classic Tech is timed, not even just exclusive Art of Fighting Classic, just timed until both players are forced to use their normals and nothing else. Gotta get that D, get all that D timed. whiffed for a, but still goes in house sweep. And no pursuit. That would have killed. But I'm confusing two players. Outside of Rose, there was the bottom one. Very half circle forward. No follow up though. The center of the O's are trying to fish for the throws, but it's punished instead. And whiff launches, but whiff combo. And Kira takes it. Easy. Wang drinking his water. Yeah, Wang drinking his water to stay hydrated. Unfortunately, we don't have the hydrated bot from Twitter or from Twitch here. But still, staying number one hydrated up in this house. Alright. While I figure out how to not just instantly outdate my commentary, not make it full of memes and just stupid commentary in general, random jokes. I will call the next match. So it'll be Kaiten 619 versus Elcours. So yeah, GG's to Sonny Roser. He I forget, he won one tournament. He got second, I believe. I can't remember the results, so that's my fault, but pretty active player in the community, so it's always nice to see. And now we will be pulling up good old Kaiten and Elcours. Alright, Kasumi and Ribby. Overhead 6-6 speed. 3 lows in a row. 4, 5, 6. Seven. We gotta get the low kicks, boys. Assuming he ain't taking no survivors, she's got a low kick until the end of time itself. Sanayate and teabagging. Is this teabagging or no? 8, 9. 9 kicks later, Kasumi takes it. 10. We got 10 now. Oh, nice time. 11, 12. Juggle, combo, juggle. Just one more head, just one more. Already takes it. There we go. Just zone it. If you got the life lead, soon anyone attempts to jump, just protect Alpha, and they force it in. Juggle, juggle. Right. Kasaniate is getting tense. Another Kasaniate. Cho? Gonna go for the no. Tried to go for a circle back. Still pretty close. Titan's definitely getting the hang of the pressure game soon. Just keep on using these very fast moves, long range. Because for some reason they gave Kasumi everything in this game. Jump into being eaten by the unblockable Rody group. Rody keeping up the pressure. Not going for 1B sweeps, which are really good, but then again, if those are blocked, then Rody is minus 20 something, which is extremely bad, much like how Leon in Virtual Fighter is minus 20, over minus 20 in Virtual Fighter games if you block his low attacks. So Rhodey, unfortunately, learning from Leon's worst mistakes. That's it. Keeping the pressure. At this point, I think, yeah, Kaiten really needs to block high. He's needing way too many 6B attacks from Rhodey, which is leading to all his damage. He needs to block high. And I think Rhodey's gonna take it because Kaiten really needs to block high. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. And yeah, of course, takes it. Teabag it. Am I seeing teabagging at the end of the match there? Not quite nice, but then again, Rhodey is a police officer. Sounds about right. It was 3-0 out cores. Alright, so we are going to now proceed into the losers semis, Okor and Kira versus Kira. First 2-3. $300 ping. Okay, so then that would probably explain how your rollback probably screwed you over, I assume, then Kaiten. Which wouldn't surprise me. Well, it was Gabarite and I forget who the other player was, but rollback was pretty bad between them, so. Yeah. Double Rhodey. So now we're going to be getting the double rush down. We're going to be getting the double Chad police officer. Alright. Alright, double police officer using the batons. I'm starting to think, you guys know that one meme? I'm going to immediately make my stream this way, but you know that one meme where he and the boys, Rhodey looks like one of the boys that with the face is making. He probably is for all I know. Alright, time to stop taking this. Simple, but effective juggle, led to death. You don't see that juggle too often, because here, Rhodey's other juggles are slightly more effective, but still, you know, if you want to spice it up to 360, just make a good juggle too. Dashing in. I am surprised none of these players are actually going for 1 I mean, it makes sense why they're not, because, well, they block it low, but the thing is, they should be blocking high because they would otherwise stop beating 6Bs, because 6B is an overhead. So, I mean, if you block high, then they'd be able to eat less damage, and force Rhodey to mix up a little bit more. Jab into Mannet for whatever reason. Keeping the pressure real. You're just. I think Juan could have won that without Rambu instead. It is what it is. Rhodey's run, he doesn't have a Rambu. His super. It's not terrible. It's a decent super, but it lacks in some range, so you have to get a harder with a harder it's good. It's weird input. This is 64646A, not A, C, and then he gets to pull it out. Backdashes, and he almost had it that time. He just needed to keep moving backwards, and one would have whiffed his health sweep. So, 1-1. Any player can take it at this point. Simple juggle, over half health at that point. Now, Wong does have more juggle combos than that we've been seeing all tournament, but unfortunately for Wong, that's really the only one. That's the only juggle combo of his that's actually consistent, because all the others are a little pretty, I want to say pretty, a little iffy setup. So, unfortunately for Wong, that's about the most consistent one he has. Because otherwise, he just constantly rely on his something bullshit. Alright. Wong takes it once again, and with a perfect. He only needs one more match. But, of course, can still take it back. Just needs to play a little more aggressively, a little more aggressively. Try some hops. Yeah, like that. More hop attacks, since hops are effective in this game. Most people don't use them more. But I guess it's just they don't know yet. Probably just they don't know. But I mean, this isn't KO effect at all. It doesn't KO if you just use hops. Any other SNK game hops. Yeah, it can feel pretty alienating. Sorry. Yeah, the more I don't necessarily look at people. I think he would have been able to go get away with a super at that point, but might have also been wrong. So, Wong's 2-2C, it doesn't hit full screen. So at that range, Brody was able to get away with projectile, but if Brody were closer, then his projectile would have been interrupted. So. And yeah, of course, takes it back. Just played a little more patiently, and he was able to do both rounds. And now it's even 2-2. Who's gonna take it? Wong doing good old punch. And then he got Rody. He's not holding back. He's got his own punch, kick. You can just see the fury in his eyes when he does it. Whoa, that was very nicely timed combo super. Yeah. Okay. This is getting intense now. Yeah, you can see the fury in Brody's eyes when he does pursue. He doesn't hesitate. He immediately goes into project position and he just whams whoever is swimming. Nicely timed 2-3-6A. That's the other thing Brody does. The Brody player does need to know that I'm surprised that it does have a decent hitbox, but usually don't use it at that range. Use it closer. So I guess it just hit at the very tip of its hitbox. But yeah, 6 BB. The first hit isn't overhead for whatever reason. The second hit from 6 BB is overhead. And of course, steadily seeing come on. And it does kill. I gotta remember, everything does more damage in this game than actually expected to. Well, we got another Wong player. And that makes me happy. But regardless, but I mean, it makes me happy to just see more Wong players in general, not just the fact that someone's winning Wong. Regardless, all the new players we've had thus far, Kaiten, Kira, of course, all of you, and Vibe Checker EX as well. Thanks for showing up to the tournament. Always happy to see new players into the community, and it helps tell me that my efforts are not being wasted. It's I'm surprised. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be. I started this like project of mine all the way back in July, but it's still. I'm glad to see that more people are actually growing interest in art of fighting in general, and that's no longer a fragment of the past. That makes me very happy. I need to improve the wiki, but I have templates and set. They'll significantly modernize the actual format of it. Moves won't be just like plain text dumps. I'll need to grab images, and somehow I need to grab hitboxes because unfortunately this game doesn't have a hitbox viewer. But the wiki isn't going to die in vain. I've been working on the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 wiki, and that's been coming along nicely, giving me the practice I much needed. So that's that. Ranting aside, we now have it was now we have winners finals up next, and we had one tournament where grand finals was you had to win first to five, but that took a while, and I think in general we're just going to keep it first to three because this tournament's long enough as it is. So let's get going. Let's get this bread. Vibe Checker, the EX versus Lord Tiki, first to three. Let's tickle this pumpernickel. For someone commentating by myself, I'm hoping I do a decent job. So, I've always had commentators with me in other tournaments I've hosted, so this is my first time commentating solo. But hopefully I'm doing a good job. I always try and be self-critical and conscious of my commentary. The last thing I want to ever do is either dead air or just not necessarily bad commentary, but still, I don't want my commentary to be fun as hell. I want to be able to perform as much as I can, but also keep it fun as much as I can. We got Carmen doing his monster punch with Kevin Robert. Nice for the Redwood Tiki like book, won the match. Nice for the Redwood Tiki like book, won the match. Nice DP. Rebel playing patiently, game taken, no survivors. I've been saying, oh, I should stop. Yeah, I mean, DP is useful in this game, so it is nice to see if I can use it on this DP. To be fair, Rio's DP, it's good, but not as good. Ooh, nicely timed. That's what I'm talking about with the unblockable setups. You knock someone down, you just time when to use their secret, and you pretty much have to read it because there's nothing else they can do. So, unless they intentionally delay their wake up. He also playing patient, looking very careful for his pokes. think Robert could get away with this matchup with some aerial dive kicks. Nicely timed again, and the steal ultimate care. Although not that really matters because Hero was already 1 round ahead, but still cool animation. So 1-1. I'm checker switching to Sumi. Got outranged by Carmen's 4B, but you can still parry it. And I think, I'm pretty sure it's very difficult to time, but Kasumi does have 4A parries where you can hit with either a punch or a kick, and she will just completely negate the attack and punish whoever does it a throw and follow-up attack. However, it's like frame perfect, so it's like total how it's actually not the time. And it might not seem like it, but Kasumi's 4C parry, it pushes her forward, which is completely unlike anyone else's 4C parry. So it actually makes hers better by default, simply for the fact that she gets extra mobility. And with Tekken, there's yet another unlockable setup. I wonder if it does hit low. Carmen's super does hit low, so I do wonder if he'd be able to jump out of it or if it. That should be something I land. I think with very certain timings you could jump out, but that'd probably be like too early. Alright. Doesn't he had the spirit for it, so he could have done 6 AA C 4B and it would have killed, but he still got the wrong with it. So if it were purple, then he would have to have designed it. He has no spirit for any special moves. Blue indicates that he's able to do something at least. And yeah, this is more or less Carmen's game at this point, unless Robert plays him perfectly punished like a goal. Sounds about right. And it's still take it back. Let's be real. Decent juggle. Lift 4A. Robert's 4A is a very good juggle move. It's important in his toolkit, but does suffer from bad range, as you can see. When you land it, it's very satisfying. You have to be careful, even though it is pretty fast, because that bad range can really screw you. But wait till he takes it. Easily our best Carmen player. Three, 1 in Lord Tiki's favor. So now we got losers finals, which will be Kira versus Fine Checker. You know the drill. First to 3. So otherwise, hoping everyone's nights has been pretty swell. Let's check up on the Discord. Nothing new. It's okay, wiki news. Alright, just spectate, and now got Vibe Ticker and Kira. It started a little late. Not too bad. Oh, nicely timed Robert. Overhead kick. You don't see that very often. That goes to show that Vibe Checker has been practicing this game. Yeah, he certainly knows the one matchup. he's... I'm not sure if he fully knows that. Oh wait. Okay. So, it seems like 16BB hits overhead against certain characters, but other characters like Robert, it doesn't. If that makes any sort of sense. Because I read that towards wrong blocking, because this game has a very strange mechanic called wrong blocking, where if you block a move, it's supposed to be blocked one way, but you block it the other way instead. It's obviously wrong, so you'll get hit. The wrong blocking will give different priority instead, and okay, that's something I have to play. That is just very strange. Right. So, Robert's in the lead. One pushing him into corner. They probably do some house sweep mix-ups to be fair. And not when Robert does overhead kicks like that. Right as I say he does the house sweep, Long does the house sweep, but then Robert does an overhead kick counter. Alright, Robert 6 for 6B. You don't see it very often in this game because it's not as good as Rio's, but it's still a good move to set up with and combo into. Yeah, right as I say, Long could try and house sweep, he does it, and then Robert punishes it, so maybe my commentary is cursed. Yeah, I'm willing to bet my commentary is cursed. So, hey. My stream is telling me 8:37 as in 8 minutes and 37 seconds. So I'm hoping to God the bot is fine. And Jen hoping the Robert player approaches, but still Robert expects it. Although he takes it regardless. So 2-1. Right. Simple. Maybe not. Alright. Robert takes it. Whiff super again. My checker just pokes out Jin with a nice kick. And Robert takes it. Well, not just Robert. Vibe Checker takes it. So yeah, good games, Kira. Managed to get third place, and this is his first tournament. So yeah, thank you for showing up. Again, everyone who's new here. I'm hoping you're all having fun because this is a pretty unique game. And now we have the grand finals. Alright, so we got Vibe Checker and Lord Tiki. Vibe Checker and Lord Tiki go right ahead.
Lord Tiki is really good.
Yeah, he's definitely hmm, um it's either him or Celeste Core, aka Pink Nako. That's our best player, but they're both pretty even. I think Celeste Core is still the better player because the first tournament we had, Celeste Core straight up won over Lord Tiki like every set. So probably Celeste Core, but either way, they're both very good players, and Lord Tiki definitely knows Carmen very well. Right? Robert juggling hell out of Lord Tiki. Lord Tiki taking back. Simple juggles. Poke. Low poke. Juggle. Into PP. That's probably the very tip of 4A. So Vibe Checker pointed out was risky, but it paid off. I think it's safe to say Vibe Checker is our best Robert player now. Right, so pretty even. I think one pair before C. There we go. Parries, whiffs the UTG. Carmen tries to punish, but that whiffs. And then Vibe Checker does yet another deadly 4A. My commentary, really truly, is so very cursed. I am amazed. Fireball. Poking. Poke at you. That's Carmen Freya. He pokes, he's poking, and he a pokey. Alright, that's a stick joke. Great values, so fabulous, whatever that means. With OTG, it's hard to say. I don't think he would have managed to do his 4B special from that range because 6C probably might have whiffed, but that was very close. Vibe Checker knows the range of that DP very well. Lord Tiki tried to go for the double with 606 whiffed, and he got swallowed up by DP as a result. Very straight pokes, so we finally get to see the jump dive kick land, and there are better utilities for it. Yes, we finally get to see it. Completely lift rising kick. Just went right over Robert as he timed it correctly. The spacing this player has is truly unreal. Unblockable? No. Low code. There we go. The classic 4B, 4A into DP. Now, this is a player that definitely still gets it. But still, Ortigi can bring it back. There we go. Tick throw. Nice tick throw. So, very rare in this game anyone does tick throw, but still, good setup with guard. Yes, spirit lead. We just a little bit of pressure. There we lift OTG because left checker recovered instead. Just getting intense. Simple jab. That move 646B from it can be good for juggles, but like very specific juggle combos, and the problem is you can just left it. So 646A is a way better move regardless. Nice jump in, but somehow he lost spacing on second jab, and so Robert was able to just fork the parry him. OTG. Not even. It's looking as though Vibe Checker's gonna start a reset though. Nice parry yet again. Right the overhead. Now he's still trapped in the corner. No OTG, but he cut in. The rawest DP, he is taking it like a Chad. Yeah, good. And point blank fireball, but he does it. Oh, reset. So yeah, you guys will have to Vibe Checker won that one, so you guys will have to do another set again. It's a reset. There we go. It is double elimination. It is perhaps the first time I've seen where Tiki enter losers. So this is going to be very exciting. Luke. I'm sick. Where Tiki probably understands the nuance of jump A and jump B better than I do. Because as far as I'm aware, jump A with Carmen is just kind of pointless. Well, it has more range than other characters with jump A at least, but it still feels it has jump B, so add on. Just walks right up to him slowly and just throws him. Sounds about right. I'm surprised neither of them went for a Rambu though. They would have been able to win the match with a Rambu. Excuse me, good sir. Why was it just my top? And nope. What's next? Soup. And hook. Very close. Con Vibe Checker. Just in time. Good shot. Carmen adjusts adjusting his suit for the ladies, as he knows Rubber ain't getting in no ladies this night. After abandoning Yuri on her dinner date. Meanwhile, Carmen's getting all the ladies. Bam. And yeah. Nicely read counter. Carry, now wouldn't make a difference. But still nicely timed counter. We saw it coming a mile away. Nicely timed hinge and boot counter. Which again, can be a really good punish if you time it right, because it does have full screen. Which I think people tend to forget with Robert. It's huge life lead. I don't think there's much Carmen can do other than unblock. Yep. Yeah, great level within the players of the tournament, which you are right, of course. We've got a small player community, but the players who do play actively, they really show that this game does go by fast, and that it gets pretty intense once the action's heated. Unbelievable. PP onto OTG, now it's even yet again 1-1. This gets more intense every second. And again, I hope my solo commentary is okay. We gotta learn somewhere, but I'm hoping that I'm doing at least decent. I gotta pay some respect to these players. They're fighting at night when the gas station attendant isn't there, at home sleeping. He was able to rest in peace, knowing they doesn't have to at least worry about two people fighting. Still, they're gonna make sure that whoever wins this match, they're going to get to Nimbos faster than the other player. Carmen is so desperate to get to Nimbos, he's going to just yeet Robert with his command grab like that. For all we know, Robert actually wants to go to the heels, and he just wants to steal the truck. Now, that's also like the outcome. They both want to go to heels, so they're fighting to see who can steal the truck. The lights on. Because the driver forgot to turn his lights off. So, they're going to steal a truck. They're going to make it. Actually, it makes sense for Robert to steal a truck so that he can still make it to Yuri's dinner date. Right, that might make you still be mad. Shabam, 4B. I'm gonna shut you out, Robert.
勝負やったな。また相手したってや。よっしゃ。ラウンドワン、ファイト。
Alright, so I have some cleanup to do. I gotta make sure my bot didn't get destroyed.
These were some close matches. The grand finals was really close. The grand finals was really, like, really close.
Yeah, it's and yeah, the bot was screwed with, so I'm gonna have to. Yeah, this is what recording is for. I should just record more, but oh well. I'll get around to recording it, and it'd be helpful if Twitch allowed you to download videos. But I should. All right, yeah, this is gonna be a lesson for me next time. I should just record my videos because I'm pretty sure my gaming PC can't handle it. I stopped recording on my laptop because of well, yeah, it's I'm sure it's fine. I'll just record everything, throw it in a Premiere Pro, and we'll be all good. But it's about time we end the stream. We end the tournament in general. All right, so gotta record the scores. 2, 3. And so, with that, we have our results. Tiki Cole, Lord Tiki wins 4-1. Vibe Checker in second, Kira in third, and then we got everyone else. So again, everyone, thank you for participating. Like I said, I have cleanup to do, but this was a fun tournament. I don't know what the connection hiccups was for, but not a big deal. So, yeah, I will see you guys. Well, if you guys are interested in joining the Art of Fighting 3 Discord, I'll plop the link down. And so, with that, now I will end the stream. And as such, I hope you all have a nice night. Happy New Year. Thank you for the tournament. This was a fun way to close the year out. A lot of new faces. And yeah, thank you everyone. And see you around.